Okay, let's get into C++. And I'm going to start up with this environment here in code spaces, get this thing cooking. And I think last off, I created a very crude makefile, which I don't necessarily know if that's what I want. And I'm also going to read the README here when it pops up as well. But let's see here. So I think we need to reload this too. So let's just reload real quick. So last up, if we say build a C++, how the heck do I get static analysis? Yeah, that would be an interesting one to solve today. Is basically how I would do this. So we see that we've got a clean here, we got a make here, we have this. I guess I would need to know a little bit more about Clang itself, which I have used when I did Objective-C programming, but I haven't really had a lot of experience with Clang++ 11. I mean, I guess what I could do is, let's see here, is take a look at maybe GitHub Actions. Let's see, Actions, C++, and what is this? What do we got? So we have build C++, Nickel Domas, stars, update submodules, add CMake, build projects, C++ project template. Huh, interesting. So this is CMake build J4, CMake builds for build C++. Huh, interesting. So this could be something to figure out here is how to actually do some more build stuff, or I don't know yet if I want to do that one. We could look at GitHub Actions C++ 11 Clang. What do we got? Install Clang. I don't know if I want to use any of these yet, but and if I go to C++ 11, let's see what we can find out. So design goals, generic permit, technical reports, the core language. There isn't like, there's got to be an official C++ guide here. Is it this one? What is this? C++ reference, support us. What is this? This is some kind of reference page here. Looks interesting. C++ 11 is the second major version. C++, we have some information here. Core language. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to find I would say probably Microsoft is going to be my best hope. Get documentation. And Visual Studio, here we go. Let's take a look at what we can do here to improve our build. So we have develop C and C++ and download Visual Studio with C++. It is interesting that there are some there are some other things that we could do with obviously Visual Studio, not Visual Studio Code. If I wanted to do Visual Studio, let's see, C++, Microsoft Visual Studio Code, it would be nice if we had, here we go, configure VS Code for Microsoft C++. In this tutorial, let's put this as a reference, and let's just add some more documentation here. So let's, what I can do is I can say official Visual Studio Code guide here. This looks pretty good. And if I look at this, it says install Visual Studio Code, install the C++ extension. Let's double check we've got that. We do have that. Okay. And you can install the desktop development with C++ workload without a full Visual Studio installation. Desktop development with C++. Well, this is not necessarily what I would want. To use MCVS, if you have recent version of Visual Studio, let's see if I look for that. No, it's not in there. So this is slightly different. Developer command prompts. Here we go. We have build tools. From the developer command prompt, create an empty folder called projects where you can store all your code projects. The code opens VS Code in this window. And now add Hello World source code. Let's see what this does. So what does this do? It says from the developer prompt, create an empty folder where you can store all of your VS Code projects. From the developer, create an empty folder called projects. Okay, well, let's try that. Let's try to follow a little bit about what this is saying. So we'll say make dir projects. We'll do that. Let's say make dir projects, and I'll do -p and cd projects. Okay, next, what we'll do is follow some of the things that they're talking about here. So we want to do some Hello World code. So we want to do a Hello World CPP. Let's build this out. So we'll say touch CPP. Do the next. And we'll do touch here. And we'll add the Hello World source code. So we'll go through here and do that. And we'll go to Hello World CPP. Let's take a look at this. So we've got include IOStream, include vector, include string. I'm assuming these are standard libraries that I'm including. And we say int main here, and there's a vector string. And then the next thing that we can do is we can press save to save the file. Notice how the file appears in the menu to the side. Well, yeah, we see that. We do have this saved. In your hover over vector or string to see type information. Okay, let's do that. Let's hover over. That's true. That's pretty cool. So we can see the type here. And if we go to string, there we go. So we have some kind of basic type declarations. That is pretty cool. And so we can say like, and paste the following inside. Let's say CPP, and then hover over the vector or string to get types. Perfect. And we did that. You can press tab to insert the selected member. Oh, I see here. Interesting. You should see a completion list. So after the declaration of the, hover over it. After the of a message, start typing MSG. Oh, that's pretty cool. So let's try this. So where did we put this? We put this under vector. So we do MSG dot, and I'm not getting it. So that sucks. So this is certainly a problem. Oh, activate Copilot. There we go. So let's see. Well, Copilot should be super smart. MSG dot pushback. Well, so we have Copilot, which obviously can do stuff. But what is this saying? It says this. What did they put here? They said, remember the C++ uses C++ compiler installed. Push the play button in the right corner. Okay, so we can do message. Sure, we'll put that in there. Now, the play button is here, so it's a little bit different. If I click play, open a file that can be debugged to customize show all so let's run and debug. And I don't want to do markdown. Oh, I see. I want to do this one. Run and debug. So we want to do C++. Which one do we want to use? C++ building. What is G++? Detected task. Select configuration. I don't know actually which one we're supposed to select. Oh, I see. So it says choose from a list of detected compilers on your system. So yeah, this is always a good question, is which compiler would I use? So if I say this, if I said default compiler, launch JSON, add configuration. So use intelligence to learn. Yeah, I don't know about this. So this is another thing I would have to figure out. So launch or debug, you go here. Now which, if I go back to this though, and I go to my make file, we have cling 11. Why is it not picking up cling 11? Which, now why can't we use this? So if I go back to this and I say run a debug here, why can't it use that? That's a good question. User bin. What is user bin? User bin CPP. What does that do? What version is this? CPP 10. So I don't even know which compiler to use. That's the that's one of the most tricky things out here is what do I even use? Well, let's just keep it simple and let's just do the default. Let's just do that. But look, that doesn't work. So if I do another one, what about this one? Does that work? There we go. That might work. Oh, okay. So maybe this works. Maybe this works. And did it build something? It built a hello world binary right there. Okay. And if we look at the entire output, it's using GDB. And now if I go to this workspace and I cd into the projects directory, if I run hello world, okay, so that does appear to work. And so I don't necessarily need a makefile while I'm developing inside of Visual Studio. So this was a learning experience for me. I learned a little bit here about how this worked, and then hover over, and then finally, we can say finally use the debugger. I chose, and we go back to this, debug. I chose this user GDB. So I'm assuming we can configure this at some point. I chose this. And it works. There we go. So that's good enough for today. Let's keep going here. So let's say git status, git add here, git commit. But actually, before I leave, let me say what I want to do next is I think I want to continue to go through the Visual Studio docs. So I'm going to say lesson 4. I think the environment is just critical. So continue to go through entire Visual Studio code guide documentation for C++. Now it is kind of a bummer that I can't use my really fancy Visual Studio here, but this is good enough for now. Hit add readme, commit, adding CPP, and that's it for today. 2 weeks.